In your honest opinion, when you look at Jon Jones, would you say it's a money thing or not wanting to fight you thing, or do you think it's a combination?
Well, I can tell you some stuff about the money situation, but I'm not sure I can say it on camera, so I will tell you that after. I think I think I'm a bad matchup for him, to be honest, and I think he knows it. I honestly can see Jon's point of view. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. It's just about the title for me.
Yep.
I just want the title. That's it.
Yep.
Does nothing else really matters. So, yeah, I get it completely. Get his point of view. Get what everybody's saying. Completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to prove I'm the best. That's all.
The saga between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall just turned personal. The UFC heavyweight champion delivered a harsh warning to the interim title holder. Jones fired back with a savage response, telling Aspinall, "Shut your mouth and do as you're told." Tensions are escalating fast.
Jones says you've had my balls in your mouth since you won your imaginary championship. Wow, what? I like that line. Tom almost effectively renamed the interim championship the active championship. I believe Tom to be the active champion. Jon just renamed it. He renamed it the imaginary championship. I gotta tell you, that's great work by Jon. It sounds like Jon is being challenged. He could end whatever this is. Jon could end it. He could end something that he doesn't want to keep continuing by saying one word, which is yes. But you want to know something? Jon could also end this by saying one word, which is no. Plan to do one more. My plans have not changed for you. Plan to fight Stipe Miocic.
But that's not all. Tom Aspinall has fired back on social media, adding more fuel to the fire. The UFC heavyweight division is now in total chaos. We're breaking down everything you need to know about this heated feud, the fan petition that's gaining serious momentum, and what it all means for the future of the heavyweight title. Pictured, in no other sport can someone hold your career back the way it happens
Just a
here.
year inactive with no prospects of anything. Just be ready,
Yep.
and we'll just let you know.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of difficult, mentally, to.
Oh, yeah.
This is the fight against Jon Jones. Not the fight is another thing.
Yeah.
This is the tricky bit where I really have to stay switched on, stay motivated, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying. It's tough. As you said a minute ago, no one really knows what's going on behind the scenes apart from me.
Exactly. You're an office cooking.
I train all the time anyway. Just because I've not got a fight doesn't mean I don't train. I honestly can see Jon's point of view. I get it.
Yep.
I get it. It's just about the title for me.
Yep.
I just want the title. That's it.
Yep.
Does nothing else really matters. So
You're like, let me do my thing. Let me fight.
I just want to fight.
And I think that's the respectful way to go about it. It's like, you don't care if it's Jon, and it's no disrespect to Jon. It's no disrespect to anybody out there. You're just trying to fight.
Yep.
I just want to fight.
Yep.
Stay tuned, because things are getting ugly and we've got all the details. Let's dive into the heart of this escalating feud between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. The tension has been simmering for months, but it just hit a boiling point. Tom Aspinall recently appeared on Demetrius Johnson's Mighty Cast, where he opened up about his growing frustration over the long wait for a title unification fight. Aspinall didn't hold back, saying, "I've been inactive for nearly a year and I'm just being told to wait. I don't care about fighting Jon Jones, I just want to be the undisputed champion." He also admitted that this drawn-out process has taken a toll on his mental state, affecting his motivation and drive. After all, the interim champion has been holding his title for over 500 days without a shot at unifying the belt. But then came the real twist. Jon Jones saw the interview and clapped back in the most Jon Jones way imaginable. In a now viral Instagram comment, he delivered a brutal response, "Shut your mouth and do as you're told," followed by a laughing emoji just to drive the point home. This isn't just trash talk, it's a bold power move from Jones, making it clear he's in no rush and fully in control.
Well, the interim championship shouldn't have been there in the first place. The only reason why there was an interim championship fight was because I got hurt and they needed to keep the importance of that Madison Square Garden event. But Sergey and Aspinall shouldn't have been fighting for an interim title in the first place. They should have just been a replacement fight. I think making it an interim fight was premature. And now you have a bunch of confused people. When you have a dominant champion that's been around as long as I have, there was no reason to put it.
But the MMA community isn't staying silent. UFC fans have had enough of Jon Jones holding the heavyweight division hostage, and now they're taking action. A petition has been launched on Change.org urging UFC CEO Dana White to strip Jon Jones of the heavyweight title. The petition states Jon Jones is now the longest reigning champion in UFC heavyweight history but has only fought twice during that time. There is a clear interim champion, Tom Aspinall, who has defended his belt. Aspinall is ready to fight, but Jones continues to refuse. The frustration is boiling over.
I don't want to sound arrogant, but I think what it is being so good at what I do that it's just almost never enough. I'm very aware that that the Tom Aspinall is like it's making more headlines than Stipe. When I win, there's always an excuse. Well, oh, he really wasn't that well rounded, and it's hard to compare to any other fighter because I don't think any other fighter in our sports history has ever had to deal with it. I just beat Cyril Gain, and we can go back in a time machine and hear the way that people talked about Gain. And then as soon as I beat him, he's like, oh, well, he wasn't that, or he's this, and like, so it's a very interesting place to be in, and it just is what it is.
And get this, as of this week, the petition has racked up over 28,000 signatures and continues to grow. This isn't just a few upset fans, it's a full-blown movement. The petition urges Dana White to take action, stating it's time to strip Jon Jones of the heavyweight title. He clearly has no intention of fighting anytime soon.
I think fans are dreaming about Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall. That's the fight I think they're dreaming about.
Yes.
I think that if Stipe wins the fight or Jon Jones wins the fight, the way that both of those guys are wired, I think they fight Aspinall. So we'll see.
Fans are dreaming of one fight, Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall. It's the matchup everyone wants to see. Whether Stipe Miocic or Jon Jones wins their upcoming bout, many believe the winner will eventually have to face Aspinall, but as things stand the situation is anything but clear. This level of fan organization is unprecedented. When was the last time the MMA community united to try and strip a champion of their title? It shows just how fed up fans are. Despite the growing frustration, Jon Jones seems entirely unbothered. In fact, he appears to be reveling in the controversy. Just this week, Jones was seen trolling Aspinall supporters on social media. When one fan called him out for wasting Tom's prime years, Jones coldly replied, "Cry more." While fans demand answers and Aspinall waits for a unification fight, Jones is vacationing in Thailand, posting about his adventures and enjoying life. He even hinted on X that he's in no rush to return, noting he's taken long breaks before and is genuinely enjoying his time away from the octagon. This behavior has raised serious questions. Is Jon Jones truly preparing for a comeback, or is he simply stirring the pot to keep his name in the headlines? As MMA reporter Jed Meshew pointed out, Jones has always used his charisma and unpredictability to stay in the spotlight, but at this point fans and analysts alike are looking for something more than vague hints. They want a real plan, not just trolling and empty reassurances. Let's look at the bigger picture, because this situation is creating absolute chaos in the UFC heavyweight division. Jon Jones remains the undisputed champion, but he's only fought twice at heavyweight, once when he won the vacant title against Cyril Gain, and once against Stipe Miocic, who was returning from a 44-month layoff. Then there's Tom Aspinall, the interim champion, who hasn't just won the belts, defended it. That's something only 4 interim champions in UFC history have ever done. By all standards, he should be next in line for a title unification bout. But instead of clarity, there's confusion. As MMA analyst Mike Heck recently stated on Asterisk Between the Links, this situation isn't just about Jon Jones, it's about the integrity of the heavyweight division. The panel on the show emphasized the growing need for the UFC to establish a clear title hierarchy. Without that structure, fans are left confused, and top contenders are left in limbo, unsure of their future. Dana White has publicly said that Jon Jones vs. Tom Aspinall is 100% happening in 2025. However, with no official date announced in Jones's recent comments and behavior, many are questioning whether he actually plans to fight Aspinall at all. From Aspinall's perspective, this has to be incredibly frustrating. At 32, he's in his prime as a heavyweight and has earned his shot through consistent, high-level performances. To his credit, Aspinall has remained diplomatic, saying, "I can see Jon's point of view, I get it. It's just about the title for me, I just want the title, that's it." Still, he's also expressed quiet confidence, adding, "I think I'm a bad matchup for him, to be honest, and he knows it."
If you defeat him, will you defend your belt against Aspinall, who has the interim title?
More than likely not. More than likely not. I get that Tom is an exciting fighter. I get that finally, after 16 years, we found somebody who's 7 years younger than me and 30 pounds bigger than me. Like, we finally found someone who may give me a great challenge. And everyone wants to see it so bad. But for me, it's like, what is it? What's in it for me? He changes nothing if I beat him.
Jon Jones has just sent a clear message to UFC fans and interim champ Tom Aspinall, and it's not what anyone wanted to hear. The UFC heavyweight division remains in turmoil, with Jones still holding the title while Aspinall waits frustrated for his long overdue unification shot.
Obviously, you want to fight Jon Jones. This is the only sport that you can have somebody hold your career back.
I think I'm a bad matchup for him. I don't feel like I have a lot of miles on the clock, and the 32 is quite young for heavyweight, but I would definitely fight if I...
In today's report, we'll break down Jon Jones's latest controversial social media posts, the growing fan backlash, Tom Aspinall's emotional admission about his mental struggles, and why this entire situation is being called a terrible look for the UFC.
I consider myself very lucky because there's a lot of times that I didn't want to do the sport.
Yeah.
Especially like, I think a lot of people who are not involved with the sport and not fighting professionally don't realize how hard it is financially.
Oh, it is.
And especially when I like had kids and stuff.
Yeah.
I like wanting to quit so many times because I'm like, I just need to like get some money.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then a lot of the times, like my dad reminded me, look, we've done this for a long time. You can't stop now. Like you're right there. Just keep going at it.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very lucky that I've got my dad. Not just for that, for plenty of reasons.
Of course.
But yeah, I don't know it any other way. So it's difficult. But now I've got my own children.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it with my own kids, to be honest.
Stay tuned, this story keeps getting more explosive by the day. The drama hit a boiling point this week when Jon Jones responded to a fan's question about retirement on Twitter, but instead of bringing clarity, his answer only fueled more frustration. Here's what Jones wrote: "I don't know if I want to call it retired. I feel like I'll always have the ability to pop out and show them I've had many breaks throughout my career. My identity outside of fighting is well intact. I'm genuinely enjoying life and growing in different ways."
Would you then be open to fighting Tom Aspinall, or are you categorically thinking, he does nothing for me, I will not fight that guy?
He does nothing for me. He does nothing for me. What I'd like to see him do is go on and have a great career. You know, so many times people like to just try to go straight to the top, you know, and if we're in a business setting where he is and where I am, he wouldn't even be crossing paths with me. He wouldn't even be talking to me. I believe I'm at a place where I deserve to be able to say, I don't want to fight that guy. I want to fight this guy. I want to fight that guy. And that's why I'm be more than willing to relinquish the belt. I don't feel like I need the heavyweight championship of the world. I feel like what I've created for myself is almost bigger than belts. So the main goal is to get past Stipe. And if I can do it in a really dominant, devastating...
Like that. My man. I'm excited to see you again.
You know, but you're still active. 10 years left, but you're still active.
He said you got 10 years left, but you're still active.
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
He got a little girl. He was like, oh. I'm looking forward to seeing you again, Camille. You look great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's do some business.
Who's your top MMA fighters of all time?
Jon Jones, of course.
Okay.
Jon Jones is actually mine.
Nobody is like him. Nobody. He beats a lot of guys, you know, like he beats the monsters. You know, I did work all my training, and we did with Alex. I know how good he is, and if Jon Jones could stop that guy, it's scary. You know. And he beat like not easy fighters. It was crazy good fighters, knockout power, and on the ground it was good. Everything was like perfect. The guy. And DC, you know how he pressure, and he's good wrestling, and he has good boxing, and he has mentality. It's like just pressure the fighters and kill them, you know. And he stopped that guy as well. You can't say Kamaru's better than him. If he stay in the game, he has to beat pound #1.